All right, so out of all of these colors, we're going to pick a few and put them on these eyeballs. So I have hazel eyes to give you a little bit of just background, and I've already put makeup on, so my highlight and contour is on. I'm wearing plum lip and cheek, and I have put my highlight color on my lids to kind of get rid of that decolorization or that weird color that lives on my lids kind of full time. So that is one perk. You don't need an eyeshadow primer. Instead, just use the highlight color in your palette that you've created, and then you can actually prime your eyes. You're good to go. Okay, so here are some colors that I'm going to choose from, and we're just going to walk through what we're going to use together. So I always like to start with Cupcake. So Cupcake is this ivory base. It's a matte. It's kind of a classic. It's like what you'd always run out of first when you'd get the pre-made palettes before you could make your own with Saint Beauty. I'd always run out and then be really upset that I had all these other colors that were totally unused, but my favorite base color was always gone. But now, when you run out, you just order what you want, the one color. It's always free shipping, even if it's just one color, and you just pop this one out, pop the new one in. Super, super easy. So I'm gonna use Lullaby next, which I love. It's this kind of mauvey purple to kind of match the color of my lips and cheeks, which is plum. And you can see I'm going in kind of heavy. These are so pigmented, you guys. Be careful. But until you get used to using your hands and figuring out the weight of the product, because these are just so much color in a very little tin, you'll get used to it and then you'll realize, oh, they'll last forever. It's perfect. So this is again Lullaby. I'm just kind of going back and forth and making sure that you can see the color over my hooded eyes. So that's the problem for me. You can't actually see color unless I bring it a little bit higher. And we're going to clean all of this up when we're done. So now I'm going to turn this little brush over. This is called the Eyeshadow Brush, and I use it every single day. Everything, all of our brushes are double-ended, and I have to say it's such a time saver, and I feel like a baton twirler. So I'm pulling that same Lullaby underneath my eye to smoke it out. And same thing here. So you can already see such a difference, and I already love it. Is that creepy? I think so. Okay, so next we're going to go into Coco, which is this really pretty brown color. I could do a deeper purple if I really wanted to, but you know, I don't want to go overboard in purple land and become like a purple people eater. So instead we're going to use a brown, which is a really deep, deep, warm color. And we're just putting it in the outer corner to add a little dimension and show you how easy this is. It's just about placement. You really can't screw this up if you are blending. I promise. If I can do this, surely anyone else can. Just blend a little bit more, and these brushes are so perfect to blend. And actually, I could take that same brown color and just pull a little bit to connect that upper eye to the lower lash line. And same thing here. So pretty already. Gosh, it's amazing. This brow is making me crazy. So now we're going to go into some sparkle and add just a little bit more dimension. So sparkle for me, there's so many options, you guys. It's really overwhelming. So far I've used Lullaby, Coco, and Cupcake. And now we're going to go into something called, I'm going to use two. So we're going to use something called Gilded, which is this kind of goldy color. And I'm just going to push her, because she's female, just in the kind of middle outer corner of my eye. And I like to use my finger for shimmers just because it offers a little bit more dense application, and you can really see when I blink some of the sparkle that I really want to come forth. And I did that because I really want kind of a warmer color, because I'm going to go in now with a cooler pink shimmer, and I didn't want to be too cool all over. So I kind of am playing with light here and doing a little warm and dark. So next is Soulmate, which is a really pretty pinky shimmer, which I love and I think everyone needs to have. And I'm just going to put that in the inner third of my eye. And so you can see it's all just kind of coming together. Just from the warmth of my finger, it's all fairly magical. And you can go as intense as you want or not intense. Now, one thing I am going to do here is I'm going to take that Cocoa color, the darker one, and I'm not going to line my eye necessarily. I'm just going to kind of do a smoky line on the top, just to make my lashes look bigger and more dense. Same thing here. What do we think? I love it. Anyway, so that's what we've got so far. Now, That's really all I'm going to do for a sec. But I am going to take my highlight color, and I'm going to show you a trick that I do every single day. So I take the lighter of my two highlights, usually your recommended two, and I take my finger and I just put it on my brow bone. And that just brightens, lifts your whole face up, and it's going to add something tacky, like sticky, almost like a base for whatever brightener you want to put up there. So I really want to highlight, just lift my eyes with that space. And so we're going to take, I'm going to clean off my brush a little bit, and I'm going to take Sabrina, which is an ivory shimmer, very similar to Cupcake, but add a little shimmer to it. And I can really pack her on. So if I did that without kind of a gripper of sorts, it wouldn't be as intense. It wouldn't come off as, I'd really have to pack on a lot of product, I think. But doing this way allows me to use less product. It shows up more, and in turn, you can actually see what I'm trying to do. There we go. I love it. Now, whenever you're trying to finish your eyeshadows, and if you go kind of out of range a little bit, one trick for the trade here is take whatever brush you're using. I'm using the Power Powder brush today. So I'm going to dip it into my highlight and just pull up. So you're giving yourself almost like an eye lift, and it cleans it right up. So don't worry about those dark shadows. I mean, usually we'd recommend doing a dark shadow look before you put your makeup on, so any fallout can just be wiped away. But really, you have the ability to just press and play when you're using cream highlights and foundation. So last but not least for me would be some mascara. So I am using the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. Everyone has their own personal favorite. I've loved L'Oreal Voluminous before. I've loved Thrive for quite some time though. So any mascara at this point would work, but I always kind of triple curl my lashes. And then I use this. This is kind of coats your lashes. Giving myself a lazy eye here. And totally finishes the look. And I'm going to show you a trick for any oopsies like that in just a minute. So same thing on this side. Just curl your lashes and you're good to go. And you could use a lash primer if you want. I don't feel like I need it when I use Thrive. If I used L'Oreal or a different drugstore one, I probably would use the L'Oreal primer. It's totally up to you. And then we're almost done. Okay. I hope you all like it. So that is that, but look what happens when your lashes get too long from a lash serum. Everything gets stuck. So what you do is don't freak out and don't push the, spread it around yet. Let it dry. So this one should be dry. Take the spoolie of your brush and it goes right away. But if I did that when it was wet, it would spread. So one little trick for the trade. Wait till it's dry and just flick it off. All right, folks, that is the deal. This is Plum Lip and Cheek. We did kind of a purpley gold eye look, and I hope you like it. And let me know if you have any questions, and happy shopping. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.